quantity beats 100% quality.
Do you know Pat David?
Yeah.
You like him?
Oh my God, I love him. We are the bazaar or the market of content. Someone wants 500 videos in a week? No problem.
I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. I always go this way of having people not having to call me, not having...
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
Thor, like Marvel Thor.
My name is Bergthor Paulson, but it's hard for some people to say Bergthor, so I just tell them to say...
Bergthor.
Yeah.
Is it like a Viking name?
It's just a very standard name in Iceland, really. We
Nice.
got a lot of these names. And yeah, for when I was in America, my full name is Bergthor Philip Paulson. So Philip is the easy name.
Yeah.
But I used to have everybody call me that when I was in America. But now I'm like, all right, I don't want to be Philip. I just want to be, Bergthor.
So how long were you in America for?
I went on exchange there for 1 year.
Okay, cool. And then
was
you've been in
17.
Iceland.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Started 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago, your journey.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you do?
Okay, so what I do is I'm from Iceland, and I started like almost 4 years ago, subleasing apartments.
Okay.
That's where I just rent apartments long term, put them on Airbnb and Booking.com, and make that profit. In Iceland, that's not very scalable because the market is just so small. So I wanted to go somewhere else. Wanted to go somewhere where everybody speaks English.
Yeah.
Dubai made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Came here, doing the exact same thing, just renting apartments long term, putting them on Airbnb and Booking.com. And right now I'm at 7 apartments.
And you're on a journey to hit 100.
Yeah, I'm on a mission to hit 100
And
apartments.
when is this target? When is your vision like?
So, yeah, it depends on a lot of things, but it's moving probably faster than I thought now because I hired my first employee, and after that, everything's just so much easier. And
Here in Dubai?
Yeah, here in
Okay.
Dubai. And yeah, so I think I'll probably hit 100 after next summer. So somewhere around there, I think.
2024.
2024.
No way.
I think I can do it. Like,
Well, man, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's only 6 months.
yeah, I mean, we'll see if it
Are you
happens.
afraid of the downtime summer is gonna have, or the hot season?
I'm not afraid of it. Like, I know in Dubai, obviously, it's very seasonal. In the summer, there's not a lot of people that come here,
But also they do. I've lived here all my life.
that's
okay?
the thing. That's the thing. Like, I came here in the summer, and I worked in a company. When I moved to Dubai, I had a job with a holiday home company because I wanted to get to know the market a little. And I was involved in that company during the summer. And the thing is, everybody, I'm posting like on Instagram, and everybody's telling me, dude, you're going to get crushed in the summer. And I'm very aware of the summer, but the thing is, in the summer, there's still millions of people in Dubai.
No, so in the summer, what happens? Based on my experience,
go ahead.
expats leave because
Yeah.
it's too hot.
Yeah.
Tourists come because
Really?
it's too hot.
Oh, really?
So your business is gonna do well in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think just as long as you present your apartment well enough and you lower the price, it's gonna get booked. You're gonna make a lot less money, but you're still gonna make some, and you're gonna make enough to pay the bills. But obviously, you're gonna make your money in the.
I mean, it's with every business, right? You have the downtime, you have the time where things go up.
Yeah.
Everything that goes up must come down.
Exactly.
It's the average, what you do in a year that really counts
Yeah.
as your business, I think.
But I'm super interested in your story. It's crazy. When I saw your Instagram, I just saw you're doing a lot of things. And you got a marketing company, you got a real estate company, you got a modeling agency, I see.
Yeah.
And I was also just impressed with the content you're creating at the scale. You're posting so much, and it's so engaging, and the energy you have in all these videos. It's crazy.
So on Trifid's pages, we have an Arabic page and an English page. In a day, we post unique pieces of content, but then we mirror them across different platforms. We post 15 pieces of content per day.
Wow. So
Yeah.
15 different kind of
15
videos.
unique videos that then
Wow.
get mirrored. So we're looking at around 60 posts a day
60 posts a day.
across just Trifid Media.
Okay.
And that's one reason of success. So Trifid is a 5-6-year-old company.
Okay.
I've been in media for a decade, 12 years now. And I've been selling. So sales is what I do all my life since I started. I'd love, the dopamine you get when something comes through, whether it's with a profit margin of 100 dirhams, sometimes with a loss, but it is what it is to, get that client or get that satisfaction that I get with selling something. And then I was in the advertising world. We saw a decline in print publishing in the UAE in the year 2018, and that's what I was selling. for 4 years before that. So I had this idea. I kind of pitched it to my existing boss back then. He kind of didn't feel the need to support it fully, which I was fine with. So I pitched it to another investor, who's a very good friend of mine today. He's the owner of Brands for Less. He's a retail giant in the region. And he liked it, and we partnered up. And after 8 months, we had to split because it just didn't match. And it was all very on good terms. So then I came out and I opened this warehouse. And I always wanted to do this warehouse concept. Every office was on the 62nd floor or 40th floor of this tower and all that. And I was like, you know what? Screw that. Yeah. Let me get a warehouse and let me create this environment. Because if the team that works for your company is happy, their productivity increases. If they feel, and so many small different elements make them happy. As simple as the amount of time they spend in an elevator going down the 30th floor to have their smoke break.
Okay.
If it's just the warehouse door that they open and they go out.
Yeah.
And the time that they save. Simple, small things like this.
Oh, you think that makes your employees more happy? Simple things like that?
Simple things like that. When they're accumulated,
of course.
then yes, it does. If it's just one thing, no. But then so then I started, and then had this warehouse concept, and I was all about empowering and working with the youth.
Okay.
It came with its pros, it came with its cons, but I was like, no problem, I'll take it.
Yeah, I see on your Instagram, it looks like a lot of fun. People are having a lot of fun in your company.
We work as well. So we're the largest TikTok agency in the region.
And how does it work? How do you make money? What are you managing TikToks for companies or what?
We do all sorts of media and marketing. So the main service that we provide is influencer marketing. So we have a pool of influencers that are exclusive and non-exclusive that we have built relationships with. And we suggest them to brands, or brands want to work with them either on retainers or one-offs. And because we're managing them, we support them with the right names depending on the campaign. But what's different between us, and back then we were one of the only ones that was offering it, was that we support the influencers with content. Because you can run out, you will eventually, any human being will always run out of ideas, right? It's so hard to come up with ideas every single day that you keep going. So you need a team to support you. So these influencers that were being managed by different companies in the past, they were just doing management. And management was answering emails, going to events, being the face in front, the corporate kind of person in front of the creative side. So I was like, okay, I can do that, but why not also create the content for them? So whoever signed with us, I gave them unlimited content at no additional charges, just for that percentage I was getting back. And the idea was the more content I do, the more reach you get. The more reach you get, the more brands approach you. The more brands approach you, the more sales you get. The more sales you get, the more money I make.
Okay.
So it worked.
So you make a percentage of how much your clients
how much the client pays the influencers. But that was back in 2019. Then we tapped into content. Okay. And we went into content creation. So now we have 100 plus retainer accounts of some of the biggest brands globally, around the globe. And we create their content. We do all sorts of social media management for them, ads, media, A to Z. And then we tapped into outdoor media, and then we did well in it. So everything and anything under media and marketing we do, because we have one of the largest content creation hubs or teams in the country.
How many employees?
150 across UAE, Lebanon, Oman, and Saudi Arabia.
And how many in UAE?
112, 113.
And they're all just creating content for...
Well, no, we have mix of teams. So
of course.
We have a team of content creators that take content with the phone. We have a team of content creators that use the camera. Or more professional way of creating content, because some brands want that still. We have the influencer communication team, we have the social media team, and then I have a team of about 20 people in sales. That's gonna do outbound kind of calls to get things sorted. But with the virality we've had in the past 6 months on socials, I received more than 50 leads a day inbound.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we kind of went into Saudi and then into Oman and the Gulf, for next year is to tap into all 6 GCC countries. And then I started my real estate company.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I was being approached by I could easily say hundreds of companies on a daily basis, weekly basis, wanting content. So I'm like, I started working with a few, and they were paying me like 25,000 dirhams a month for 30 videos that I was doing for them. So then I started doing the videos, and then some videos picked up and went viral. And when they went viral, they got leads. And from those leads, they closed the deal that the commission to them was about 150,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
So then I'm like thinking, I'm like, hold on a second. Your product is the developers or the villas that are not being built by you.
Yeah.
And whoever is buying it from you,
they're just the middleman.
You're the middleman.
Why can't you be the middleman?
I know how to sell and I know how to do marketing.
Yeah.
So what's difficult about it? I'm doing it. So why not tap into it and see what I can do?
Yeah.
I did, opened it. It's called Try Space. Space is in whatever space is available, and Trifid, try. And it worked well. We have 13 agents now. And the goal is to really be different with content. So instead of being a real estate property company only, we are a media company first. And this is something that we are tapping into to go and sell.
I saw in one of your videos that all the agents have to make one video a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what kind of videos are they making?
Podcast could be a video.
Yeah.
We could bulk content that then get posted.
Yeah.
They come up with the idea. We shoot it for them. We deliver it. There's so many brokers out there that are not being supported by content from their real estate companies.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah. And that's so important as a real estate agent, just to get your brand out there and get people to trust you.
Yeah. So we have this kind of media big company in the top floor. So we're a 2-floor warehouse. And whoever wants content just comes up and says, I need a shooter. I'm like, you have an idea? Yeah. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Nice.
So recently, the way I'm branding Trifid is we're like the bazaar. I don't know if you know what bazaar means. Bazaar is like the marketplace. It's where you go to buy wholesale of items. So you want chocolate, you get chocolate from a supermarket, but the supermarket buys wholesale of that same chocolate from the bazaar or the market that they sell it in.
Yeah.
So we're the bazaar or the market of content.
Yeah.
Someone wants 500 videos in a week? No problem. I got you. No other company does that.
Yeah.
And it's only because of the amount of people we have working that are young, energetic, motivated, driven, ambitious, and they are the ones that understand content
TikTok,
marketing and TikTok the most.
Yeah.
And the best.
Because they're on the platform the most and they see what is actually grabbing their attention.
Yeah.
But okay, so I want to understand, I think the best way for me to understand your company and how it works is what you could offer me, for example. So I have this business which is very much just me doing my thing, subleasing apartments and I'm doing a lot of content. I'm posting videos about it, just documenting my journey. What kind of service could you provide me? What do you recommend for me to do?
So you have 7 today, and you're aiming to have 100 by summer 2024.
Yeah.
Each one of these need to have content being pushed out, even if it's just on a rental basis. You can take advantage of the view that you have, which is the Burj Khalifa. Your target audience are the tourists mostly that come to Dubai. Am I wrong? I don't know if
I think my biggest audience is just people that want to do similar things, or people that are just inspired and want to do a similar business.
So that's your end goal, right? But then you also have a business that you need to make sure you have bookings booked out at all times. So there's 2 angles to this. Yours, as a documenting source, you need to multiply on the content that you post out.
Okay.
And you need to try it in different forms. Forms such as having just the footage and your voiceover of the story that you're trying to achieve and do, which you did recently, 1 or 2 videos, which I saw.
Yeah.
Stuff that you're actually showing A to Z of how you're getting it done. Go deeper into it, the costs of actually fitting out an apartment and where you're getting your furniture from or who you're working with, if it's an interior designer that you're working with. I've seen someone in your videos that helps you out, in the fit out of the process.
Yeah.
So educating, and then you need to keep on doing that. Showing it one time is not enough.
True.
You need to show it 100 times over and over and over again and hope that one of these videos hits that 10 million viewership mark. Because I've posted 1,000 videos between September and December. and only 4 of them have hit 10 million plus views.
Yeah, that's crazy though. 10 million plus views.
Majority of my follower base that I've gained are from those 4 videos.
Okay.
You know, so it's crazy. I have a video that had hit 18 million views, and I've gained around 90,000 followers.
Wow.
From that one video.
Yeah, so your company Instagram has almost 1 million followers.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do when it hits 1 million? Are you gonna celebrate?
I'm just gonna carry on. No, so I'm definitely gonna celebrate. But I think my vision for 2024 is 10 million accumulated follower base, and I'm gonna really tap into YouTube. All I've been doing for 5 years is catering to other companies.
Yeah,
I've been creating good content for other companies for them to perform well.
Yeah.
Only it was in June, July that I'm like, wait a second, what if I do it for myself?
Yeah.
Maybe that would, and that's what's a lot of agencies kind of miss out, or maybe they get too busy, or maybe they get too overwhelmed, that they need to make sure that this company's content is this, or that company's content is great.
Yeah.
What about yourself? You need to invest in yourself, right? So
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to do. And I'm a believer of quantity in the content world beats 100% quality.
Yeah.
So it's really not important for your content to be 100% quality, because every day trends change.
Yeah.
Every day the way people perceive content changes.
Yeah.
So you always need to change.
Yeah.
So what's the point in sitting there and worrying about how my edit is going to be, or
exactly.
what am I going to miss out? That's the content that works best.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that has worked for me, is just like just not trying to create the perfect content, just documenting what I'm doing. Just try to do it as engaging as possible, but just post it.
Informative, edutainment, right? You're educating and you're entertaining at the same time.
That's what I see in all of the videos you have. There's always some like value. Is that like a strategy you have?
Yeah, it's a strategy. So I follow Gary Vee's strategy.
Okay.
He's my mentor.
Oh, okay.
I look up to him. I started Trifid Media because of him. Because watching him inspired me. It pushed me to go like, wait, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And my goal is to kind of be in a position where one day I'm standing in front of thousands of people and educating them on the reality of business world today. Not what they teach you in universities or in schools or whatnot. And this is where, my personal vision is to achieve. And Trifid and the businesses that I'm operating and running are a bridge for me to get to that point. And funny enough, just last month, I was working with VaynerMedia. And it was
Gary V's company.
Yeah,
What were you doing?
They approached me.
Okay.
To send content creators as part of their team to Saudi Arabia for a very big event that they were hosting.
Okay.
For this huge company, and I sent the creators, and it was such an achievement for me to go. Like, it took 5.5 years for my mentor's company to approach me to kind of do something for them. So it worked very well.
Yeah. That's wild.
So the idea of why I approached you initially. I saw what you were doing. I saw that you're looking for investors, and I wanted to support and help, whether from an investor route, if need be, whether it's financial or a team or communications or content creation, or the media side.
Okay.
And the media side comes from 2 angles. One is personally for you, and the second leg is for the subleasing company that you have.
Yeah.
Having and personalizing, because I believe in all content must be personalized.
Yeah.
So what you see on Trifid's page can be replicated for any brand. Doesn't matter, they're in recycling, oil and gas. It doesn't matter what industry you're in.
Yeah.
You can educate and entertain
in anything.
In
exactly.
anything.
Yeah,
So
people just want to see what you're doing well.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody that has interest in that, for sure.
So that's what I think you and the business needs, and I don't think anyone's doing it.
So you think instead of just like documenting my journey, I should also like, what do you mean?
So you have two angles here. One is document your journey.
Yeah.
Showcase what you're doing. Showcase the in-depth details of what you're doing. Show numbers when and where possible, as long as it's ethical.
Yeah.
I always believe in this thing that if I put out my strategy on the table, right, out of 100 people, 99 will save it, like it, but not actually execute it.
Exactly.
One person might execute it.
Yeah.
And out of that one person that does, it's not
probably
always
gonna
going to be
fail.
successful. So do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
If I can help someone achieve their dreams and goals, why not?
Yeah.
There are so many people globally that are educating on content, and the competition is getting harder and harder and harder
Yeah.
because so many people are coming in and trying to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the people that actually execute that are successful.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard. You know, the execution part is so crucial to
Mm-hmm.
any company or individual in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to continue doing that at scale. So you're posting once every 2-3 days.
Yeah, right now I'm thinking since I started doing the podcast, I'm getting so many like reels out of the podcast. So I'm trying to just post every single day.
Yeah.
But still, I know like out of this reel, I will probably get like 7 or 10 reels. But one thing I want to ask you, I sometimes when I see these reels, I know they're not going to do good just because it doesn't have like any hook or anything like that's super interesting. Would you still post it or?
No,
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah,
Depends,
exactly.
honestly. I create so much that I feel like if I need to always put myself in the audience's shoes.
Yeah.
Is this interesting?
Yeah.
Or is it interesting to me, or is it relevant to everyone?
Yeah.
If it's not, delete.
Yeah.
Move on.
Exactly.
Next. And I personally believe that people are following your journey because of you showing.
Yeah.
So the
numbers.
podcasting is good.
Yeah.
Mix it.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to have a bit of both. But I
Mhm.
really think that if you leverage the time and the resources that you have on creating personalized content with other individuals, showcasing the 7 apartments that you have on rent at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
could really push
Mm.
out your business and your personal page as
Mhm.
well.
Exactly.
So you need to do that. And I want to help. I want to
Okay.
support. And you know, I'm the type of a guy, I'll pitch and I don't want it to be forced. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm coming in to take away. No, I want to support and help.
Mm.
I think that, and this, I'll pitch on a podcast. It's okay.
Go ahead.
I feel like living here for 30 years,
Yeah.
I know this country.
Mm-hmm.
I know suppliers. I probably know areas where I could potentially help you save
Mm.
on fit outs at least.
Yeah.
This is somewhere that I've fitted out warehouses, I've fitted out
Yeah.
businesses. I know how that works.
Yeah.
Construction, interior fit out. It's something I do with passion.
Okay.
That's one area.
Yeah.
Another area is either to be connected with people that have the resources of funds to
Mhm.
support, go from 10 to 100,
Mhm.
because having 100 is you're looking at a huge number just
Yeah.
on a monthly rental that you're paying out, or you know the amounts that you're paying out for rent. So it's a big risk.
Mhm.
I have the people, or alternatively, I could support when and where I can. You know, I'm not at the position to be able to support 100 personally,
Yeah.
but I can definitely support and help you achieving that. And the
Yeah.
third part, which is something I believe, honestly, from a very humble perspective, no one in the country has, is wholesale of content.
Mhm.
I got it.
Yeah.
So if one day you're at, I don't know, 50 apartments and you got to make sure that every day, you know, content goes out there and you need the people to be in front of the camera to be speaking about those locations that you have, you know, and to I understand content very well. I
Okay.
can achieve hooks to make sure the content goes viral. I can help and I can support.
So you would think. So what I've been thinking is just hiring a cameraman that just goes with me to all the activities I'm going. He's just recording me all day, making both long form videos and short form videos, just making all kinds of videos. Are you thinking, so once it goes to like 60, 70, 100 apartments, that we should have different people catering to each apartment?
Not each apartment.
No,
maybe
yeah.
maybe you classify the types of apartments and you
Okay.
personalize that
Yeah.
with a human element.
And then we just give them like a system to follow to make videos every single day.
We will try, I say we, you need to try
Yeah.
finding the content that works.
Mm.
Once it works, you take advantage and just create the same type of content
Yeah.
on and on and on and on and on. I've reposted some of the videos that have hit 5 million views.
Mm.
The second time hit 400,000. The third time hit 17 million.
Wow, just the exactly same video.
Same video.
And what do you think the difference was?
Nothing. Different time of posting, different people viewed it, different people shared it, different
That's
exposure.
crazy.
TikTok doesn't allow that all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes it does. Depends on the algorithms.
Okay.
But Instagram.
But you could just change the video a little bit and post it. Because right now I have maybe like 5 or 6 different types of videos I've made that have gotten like 100,000+ views. And I'm thinking I can just make these videos forever.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the biggest mistake brands or people in general do.
Yeah.
When something works, they're like, I'm an inventor. Let me try inventing something else.
Yeah.
Why? It worked. Do it again. Do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Hacks worked for us.
Yeah.
Right? On our pages, Trifid Media. All we do is hacks and show people about different apps and whatnot. And sometimes I go on Reddit.
Yeah.
I read a hack.
Okay.
And I take the text format and make a video out of it.
Okay.
It becomes unique. So we post on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then out of 30 posts, one picks up.
Yeah.
When that one picks up, everything picks up.
Yeah.
And this is something that so another thing that I always thought about, and I'm like, hold on a second. So brands in usual have a content calendar that a grid looks really good and they want to make it look pretty and whatnot.
Okay.
And then they post 22 times a month.
Yeah.
And they're doing well.
Okay.
So does that mean if I post 44 times in a month, I'm a month ahead of them? What if I post 66 times?
And
or
does
88
it work like
times?
that?
Yeah, it does. I'm posting 200 plus videos a month.
Yeah. It's wild.
I'm ahead.
Yeah.
In 6 months' time, we were at 30,000 followers 6 months ago.
And how do you train these people to make as good of a content as you want? Because everybody, like, it looks like you just have an army of people.
I train the shooters, not the people.
Okay.
Then that becomes easy.
Okay. So the shooters actually are planning the videos, and then the people that are in the videos, they're just following their lead. Okay. Because one thing I love, you always make it look like the cameraman is distracting the person that's on the
hook.
video. That's
the
hook.
first 3 seconds, right?
So people are like, okay, this person doesn't have time, so maybe I should listen.
Yeah.
Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Human beings
Don't like being sold to.
No, well, that too, but also human beings appreciate negative connotation more than positive.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
weird.
It's the human brain.
Yeah.
If something is negative, they take it more than it is positive.
Yeah.
Most of the times.
Yeah.
Positive works as well. Depends. You know, you already need to have made it to be able to be positive about things. But what's really interesting about our growth is that we have people from all over the world that kind of. So one of my people that are in front of the camera, her name is Jana. She was doing freelance work at COP28, which was the event that was happening recently. I'm not sure if you know about it. It was in Expo City. And one of the speakers, very mature guy, I think it was in his 50s, he came and he knew her from Canada.
Just because of social media?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And then we're getting people from Texas in the States
that know.
DM us going like, I have a shisha lounge. Can you do content for us? You know, and it's crazy. And I am doing content for brands around the globe that I can, mostly e-commerce or products that they send the products and then I shoot them in the studio and I deliver. So that's possible. But it's just blowing up.
Yeah.
So a project I have in 2024 to go from 1 million to 3 million or to 5 million is I call it Project Globalize. So I'm going to replicate the same strategy, but I'm going to hire creators around the globe to go in front of famous monuments in different cities that are like, for example, London, the Big Ben, right? And to replicate the same thing from the shooter who is there. I'll hire a shooter in every city. I'll pay them freelance. I'll hire a person in front of the camera. I'll pay them freelance. And they'll do 3 to 4 videos each around the city, and I'll just post them as if it's Trifids. Oh, and that's the way. And
that's crazy.
We do VO, right? So we do voiceovers.
Yeah.
So the voiceover, if you've noticed some of the videos that we've done in London, there's a guy called Birch. Birch is here. So the cameraman gives a pause, doesn't really say anything, and then the person in front goes, "Oh yeah, I'm busy doing XYZ," and then he goes, pause, and then goes back. So what's happening is Birch is going, hey Leah, what are you up to? And then she goes like, I'm actually busy doing this. Can you please show me a hack? So the voiceover comes in the pause, and then in post-production, we can
So it's people that are in Dubai doing the voiceover, but the content's being created somewhere else. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. Because my best videos have been the voiceovers. I thought maybe I could just have somebody else, video the apartments and then just send it to me, and then I'll just do the voiceover.
Yeah.
But one thing I thought was pretty cool that you were doing that you take calls from just random people.
Yeah.
And you videotape that, and I'm just amazed with the energy you have and how much you're doing.
Yeah, it's hard.
Tell me about that. Like, how many
cool.
calls like that do you do, and why do you do them?
I got Trifid Club.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in a position to launch products. So now we're a service. I wanted to go into the products category, which in our niche or in our business is courses. And I wanted to do it different because everyone was doing courses and everyone was trying. And it became something like, oh, it's a scam. This guy wants to just sell his course and whatnot. I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I will launch this 15-minute consultation for free.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will do 1,000 of them. And I will post every single one online.
Yeah.
And I will build a community for Trifid Club, which is basically a Shopify account that it took me 10 minutes to create, by the way. I didn't really go deep into it.
Okay.
Until now, I've done about 30 of them. So I'm on a mission, and it is very, very, very draining. It's not easy at all.
To talk to all these people.
Yeah, because there's so many different people from so many different parts of the world, and everyone has a different idea about something, and I have to be able to cater to all of them. So sometimes in a day, I do 15 of them.
15 every day.
Yeah, and I record
okay, so you're creating this club, and what are you going to do with this club?
So then after the community is built, I will launch courses
on the community,
on the media world, on different things that we're trying to achieve, on sales, on just even as simple as getting into the UAE or getting into the GCC to set up your business. Because we're tackling all over the globe, So it's kind of working out, and every time I've closed it right now, because I'm back and forth with Oman. We just opened our Oman offices, but if I open the Shopify booking calendar for the meetings and I put a story out, in literally less than 3 hours, I'm fully booked. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's for nice. Me. Yeah. So I've been thinking a lot, like when you said you didn't want to do courses, because I know for me, if I made a course, it would work very well, because people are all the time asking me like, hey, can we go for a coffee? Can you go on a call? Can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? Do you have a course? But I still I think if I just have in my bio, like, I'm selling a course for, $800, it's a bad look. I don't know if I don't want to do that.
That's what I didn't want to do. I could have done that. Yeah. I'm a media house. I could have just taken 2 days of the weekend, created 15 videos teaching XYZ like everyone else is doing. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
What's important is building a community. And what I believe in so much is you need to give, and then expect to take. And
that's what Gary Vee says, right?
Give.
Yeah.
And then expect to take. And when you do then take, you don't take small amounts.
Yeah.
You take big. And I genuinely I don't want to take. I'm good. I'm having the business. It's running. I'm making the money. I'm a strong believer, and I'd rather be a billionaire owning 10% of my businesses rather than a millionaire owning 90% of my businesses.
Okay.
I have that thing in my head all the time, and I just want to go with that. It's fine. If 15 minutes of my time inspires a 19-year-old in a village in India to prosper and do better for themselves, be it. It makes me happy. It's fine. It's okay. And that's the vision I have, and I'm going to continue at it. So I'm not going to be charging anything. I'm just going to continue doing it. And I've had people that are 50 that get in touch, and I have people that are 16 and are getting in touch. And I'm happy to have a chat with all of them.
And after the call, they all go into like a Facebook group or something? Or?
No, so then I have their email addresses and their contact. So before even the call, they have to fill out the form. So they give a reason for the call. And if the reason is we want a job, I'll just put a CV for HR, put an email for HR that they can get in touch with. So if they give a reason that is interesting, then I hop on that call with them. And most of the times it is.
Do you have an assistant that looks through that and sends you interesting
Yeah, I
ones?
do have one person that takes care of scheduling everything
Yeah.
and getting it going. So I just have a laptop in front of me and I just go on.
Yeah.
But maintaining that with the work life I have and the businesses and the companies sometimes gets so hard. It's just draining. It takes away a lot of the energy, but I work 16, 17 hours a day. You know, I'm always working on the grind.
So,
Weekends, weekdays. I love it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. And I want to continue doing that, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to stop. So
yeah. That's crazy. So I wanna understand like how, if we were to work together
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go into the media side first.
Mhm.
What do you think would be the first steps for us working together if we would do something together?
I would bulk your content for you.
Okay. How does that work?
So we spend 3-4 hours together twice a week,
Okay.
and I make 45 videos for you.
Okay. So would that be like somebody in your team?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. I'll come in the first time
Okay.
with someone from the team.
Mm-hmm.
Once I give the 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
then following times is just carry on and continue doing that.
Mm.
But I really want to tap into your actual subleasing part of it as well.
Mm.
And I don't recommend it being a business or a business name. It
Mm.
could just simply be Sublet Dubai or a page similar to that. You know,
So you'd want to create another page.
definitely, yeah.
Why another page? Why not just on the
Because
same page?
that will have more than 10 individuals' faces ultimately.
Okay.
So you are still having the personalized element to it, and you could also be in those videos as well. But it will be more personalized to a business.
Okay.
And even the name shouldn't be your license name.
Mm.
It can be like right now your name is Subleasing Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Which is a great name.
Yeah.
Find another one,
Okay.
Sublet Dubai, I don't know, whatever,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of says the what you're doing, but then the videos would be, for example, someone sitting with Burj Khalifa's view
Okay.
in
And
one of your apartments, and then we just create different types of content.
okay.
That kind of
And that's catering more to like tourists.
that caters to the goal there is to get videos to hit millions of views,
Okay.
and then a very small percentage of that ask where this apartment is and how can we rent it, and ultimately get pushed to renting the
I
place.
gotcha. Makes sense.
Pure organic, no ads,
Okay.
zero ad. I don't work with ads.
Yeah.
I'm an organic guy.
Yeah.
I'm a bulk content creation,
Mm-hmm.
and I just post.
Mm.
And if I don't believe something is going to work, I'll just stop it and find something else. And I never, ever, ever blame the algorithm. I take myself accountable.
Yeah.
If something is not working,
you're doing
change.
something wrong. Yeah.
Why blame the algorithm? Or some people go like, oh my God, 6 p.m. didn't work, so let me try posting at 9:35.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, like,
come on. Yeah, there was this one time when my first like Instagram got viral. he asked like, so where are you editing it? I just said just on Instagram. He's like, oh, that's the reason you're editing it on Instagram. Like, what?
No, none of those reasons. I've had videos, I've posted it today, and then in 15 days it picks up and goes viral.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. It's, you know, yeah, you can study the algorithm,
yeah,
but also just do it. Just
Yeah,
post
exactly.
it. Just get it out there.
yeah. It's
Just
true.
do your thing, and
Mhm.
it will pick up eventually. Something will pick up and get to where it needs to get.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of
Mhm.
overall, you know, understanding of things, and I'm happy to start. I'm happy to do something,
Mm.
and you know, when I work with people, because trust is very important to me. But two individuals can trust each other, but doesn't mean they will sync with each other.
Mm.
So the energies of two people working with each other must sync. Because if you're going to work together, you're going to work together long term. And if that's going to happen, you got to understand each other. You're going to be able to blend in a professional way.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't have to be a friendship or whatnot.
Mm.
And I think that if that could kind of come in, I believe you're going to go very far in what you're trying to do here,
Mm.
because no one else is doing it the way you're doing it. And that's one reason why you have jumped 25K followers in a very short span of time.
Yeah.
And you're only doing that with what, 40 posts, 35, 30 posts?
I think 30 some
It's
posts.
insane. Imagine you have
You think so?
300. Imagine you have 300.
Yeah, but do you think because for me, I have a hard time seeing like if somebody else is doing because for me, I think the reason why people are looking at it is mostly just because they want to do the same thing. I think that is the biggest reason why people are watching my channel. What do you think when you looked at my Instagram? What was the reason you
Yeah,
followed
definitely. As to how you're making money
Yeah.
is the reason why I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
But also, if you're showing an apartment with Burj Khalifa view, and then you have this really nice white one-seater sofa that looks really nice and aesthetic, I'd also want to rent the place out for my shoots for my business, or if
Yeah.
I'm a tourist or if I'm living somewhere else, I'd like to rent the place out because the cushion looks so good.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, imagine a picture of me sitting on that cushion drinking my coffee with Burj Khalifa view.
True, yeah.
So you can't really
Yeah.
think that all of the people are
Yeah.
following you because of that.
That's right.
And you also, even if they're following you for that reason, they could eventually become customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're having friends come over and, they know this guy that's doing subleasing. Let's go on his page and see where his link to, his stuff are to get there.
Yeah.
Do it, continue it, but do a bit of both. And that's where you can actually leverage and grow. And then what's going to happen is if you do, in your latest video, you're having a meeting with an individual who was telling you that you could actually make the money in advance of actually them coming, right?
Yeah.
And that's really smart because cash flow is important. It will help you out with your investments in the future.
Yeah.
So if you can increase your sales on a basis of money first, then visit, then your cash flow increases and it helps you with the mission that you have for growing into your 100 mission of having 100 subleased rentals or locations or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So there's lots that can be done, and I think that you don't really need to focus too much on it.
Yeah.
And then, for example, your podcast, right? I'm saying this because I co-own the podcast office with Ziad. You are currently paying another location.
Yeah.
No need to pay.
Yeah.
Just give us a tag.
All right. Yeah.
We'll do all of your podcast for you. Give us a tag because these people that are following you,
they're gonna want to do a podcast also.
as well, and that's where my revenue will come in. Even though we are the most affordable podcast studio in the country today in terms of what we're actually giving out, so we give 15 short form content plus a full edited 1-hour version just for 500 dirhams.
Yeah. You know what? You know how I'm doing it now? There's this guy called Ryan Pineda. Do you know him? So he's just like a house flipper in America and does a lot of content. He just does podcasts and short forms. And I actually bought his course.
Nice.
But the thing is, it's $25,000.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's and so they edit the podcasts and they edit short form videos out of the podcast. So I just made a commitment and I was going to make one podcast every week, but I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with it. And I might have to talk to him and.
So you paid him $25,000 for what?
So it's a program where they coach you on on just content creation, but they're big on doing podcasts and making short form videos out of the podcast, and that's what we're doing. So it's coaching, it's editing the podcast, it's editing short form videos out of the podcast, and that's pretty much it. But I'm paying it in installments, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be finding some other solution. So what you're offering me right now makes a lot more sense.
I have
and they're going to be editing this. No, obviously you're going to be editing this video.
No, I'll edit this. So I have two types of edits. I have the simple edits, which is basically just captions with cuts and, the mic changes, which Ziad and the team do. And then I have another type of edit, which has the kind of, green screen. And, if you're talking about something that's interesting, then pictures pop up and it just makes it more engaging and interesting. And, we do both. Beauty of it is that we do both in bulk.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen you post a lot of podcast clips though.
I don't do podcasts myself personally, and the main reason why is it's an excuse. I don't find the time to do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to do it.
Seems like it's pretty easy though if you just have somebody schedule it in just 1 hour a week. It's not a lot of time.
Definitely would tap into it. Maybe this could be my start of actually getting something
let's
done.
go.
I'm looking forward to it. I have huge plans for myself personally for 2024. Even now, I've started already what I'm doing. For our real estate, we're going to be doing 5,000 videos in the year. So that's something huge that we're tackling into.
So your real estate agency, I want to understand that a little bit better. So you said 6 agents? No. How many
13 agents today.
13 agents?
Yeah.
And so are you mostly selling off plan or are you selling
Either
ready?
both.
Yeah. And so if you sell an off plan apartment, you get like a 5% commission, right?
Yeah.
And then you split that 50-50 with the agent?
75-25.
Agent get 25, you get
Agent gets 75.
Okay, that's a good split for the agent.
So what we're different in and what I'm trying to achieve is 3 things.
Okay.
One is I will give you leads no matter you're a beginner or you're an expert. If I'm doing the lead generation, because we do lead generation for our real estate, I'll give it to you because you never know. I believe that if I call someone and the other person hears my voice, might not like it, but they might like the other person's. Just from the tone of voice of someone, how the person speaks, you could grasp the attention of the person. So we give leads to everyone. We give content. And you have to be able to be in front of the camera. If you don't like being in front of the camera, you have to have your voiceover on the content. You don't like to have your voiceover, create an AI character, come up with the ideas, and create an AI voice generated, create the content. Do whatever you can and create the content. And we give the highest percentage of commission.
Yeah.
I believe, I know that there are many companies out there today, real estate companies and properties that even give 95%, right? There are even companies that give 100% and they have a subscription fee.
Yeah.
I know all of that, but I'm giving 75% flat on anything and everything. You sell something for $500,000, take 75%. You sell something for 10 million, we can talk about it to get some more because, you know, the slabs and the tiers are higher. But what I'm doing is I'm also giving you the content and I'm also giving you the leads. I'm giving you everything.
What kind of leads are there? It seems like a great place to be an agent working for you.
Trying, yeah. I'm trying to build that atmosphere of what I've achieved in the media with the real estate side of things. The leads are international, local, depending on the campaigns we run. You know, they're qualified leads, but every qualified lead has a conversion rate, and it's the same conversion rate we have across. We give the leads and see what happens.
I know agents here can make a lot of money if they're good. Yeah. What obviously it's not very old.
No, 5 months we've done top line 26 million.
So say your best agent, how much is he making?
200,000 dirhams was the highest commission made by an agent just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
He sold 3 properties, total of 7.1 million. He made 200,000. I made 60,000.
Yeah, it's a good check. It's a very profitable.
Very profitable. If you do it right and if you're consistent and patient, it's very profitable. But also, it's very profitable on our side when it's at scale.
Yeah.
So with 13 agents, it's difficult. So in 2024, we're aiming to do $500 million in sales, top line.
With how many agents?
50.
And those are all going to be in that warehouse you have?
No. So we're if we get 50, we have to leave.
Okay.
Because there's no space.
Yeah.
I can't fit more than 20 people there.
Yeah.
I just won't have the space or the facility to accommodate that. And if we leave, I'll find another warehouse.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's easy to find warehouses.
Yeah, like I told you before, it looks like so much fun for you, like because you have this huge warehouse with a bunch of employees, and you're just there running the show. It's a lot of fun.
There's motivation, you know.
Yeah.
And everyone's different, but also sometimes it gets tiring, and it's hard to manage. It's hard to, you know, especially the fact that everybody's young, and everybody's so energetic.
Yeah.
So like it's sometimes difficult to, you know,
do you throw parties?
I used to in the early years of Trifid, but then it became difficult because then it wouldn't be easy to maintain the work-life balance with your team. So I stopped throwing as much parties. But every once in a while for the sales team, I do have parties. You know, if they hit their targets, you know, we go out. We're doing 4 million top line in the media side a month at the moment across 3 countries. So that's huge for me, you know, because the margins are different.
When you say top line, is that after like all the?
No, revenue.
That's revenue.
Revenue, yeah. So then we have it depends on the service we provide, but we have a usual 30 to 40% gross and a 10 to 15% net on it. So that's all. But it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of things to manage. Now we have 4 countries total.
Yeah.
So that for me is like I'm flying to Oman tomorrow morning, and then I come back, and then I'm gonna go to Lebanon, and then I come back, and then, you know, it's like I'm always like on the go, and I'm always on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's delegating work is something that has helped me so much.
Yeah.
You have no
delegating
idea.
is the big thing. Like every time I have hired somebody to take roles off of me, I'm like, whoa, I can just expand so much easier now. And then I hire another one, just like, whoa. But one thing that's different with me and you, and I look at you and I look at like just how much fun everything is. For me, I told you earlier, for me, I always kind of try to set things up so I'm just working at home. I always go, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. I always go this way of having people not having to call me, not having to talk to me. You know what I mean? And I'm just setting everything up so I'm just alone home in my computer and nobody's bothering me. And it's just such a different kind of setup. And I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but
both are good, I think, and having a bit of both is good. Like in Trifid, we don't have privacy.
Yeah.
No office is closed doors. Everything is glass. Everything is see-through. There are no roofs. Everything can be heard.
Yeah.
I'm more of a, you know, open space, like crazy wild, you know, the louder it is, the better.
Yeah.
I get drive from it. I get my motivation from it. And I want to continue doing that. I can't work in peace.
Yeah.
I just can't work in peace. I work best in chaos.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm the type of a guy, like if there's chaos, let me calm that down. Let me put out the fire and go to the next one.
Yeah.
You know, there's this thing, I breathe in problems and I breathe out solutions.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. And I love it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with so much passion.
Yeah. And you're only 29, right?
30. I just turned 30.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how big you got things at such a young age.
Yeah.
Like you've lived in Dubai your whole life?
Yeah.
And when did you start creating your company on your
So
own?
I started selling since I was 16.
Okay, what were you selling? You said some paper? No.
Paper.
What would you say? I thought you said you were in marketing and you were selling
Publishing. So I was selling newspaper and magazine ads.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. But that started only when I was 20.
Okay.
Before that, I was just selling as much as I could get my hands on. You know, the Dubizzle, I'm sure you know Dubizzle.
Yeah.
Started back then. It's so fresh. So I was buying and selling shoes and clothes and different stuff from the wholesalers. And I used to put them on Dubizzle and make a 30, 40 dirham margin. And then I used to drive around Dubai and Sharjah and Abu Dhabi delivering them myself in a 1999 Toyota Prado. And I was just doing it on and on until I made enough money for university to then enroll, because I thought a degree could actually help me get to places.
Yeah.
It didn't. You know?
Of course.
So especially in what I got my degree in, I believe education is monetized in many different fields.
What was the degree?
Communications.
Okay.
Mass communications, advertising. And then in university, I started doing different, work assignments, essays, and I was making money from it. And I had ways of doing it. You know, I wasn't sitting down and writing those essays. You know, I had different ways of getting them sorted. You know, kind of a Chat GPT way, but more manually done and achieved.
So you were doing essays for other people?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I was just doing that. I used to have a website called Term Paper Warehouse, something like that. So basically what it did was it accumulated everything that people submitted online. And I had access to any topic I wanted to have access to. So I used to take it. I used to pay $100 for that per month. And then I had another website that kind of like flipped stuff around and like mixed different things around. I paid another $100 for it. Okay. So in about 5 minutes, I used to get anything I wanted in any topic. And then I used to sell that for like $400 per...
When you were 16?
No, I was 18 back then. Before that, I was selling stuff on Dubizzle, and then I started the job, and I started making money. I fell in love with it. I was managing a team of 20, 30 people in sales.
In your job?
In my actual job that I actually started when I was 20.
So they were paying you pretty well there?
I started as an intern,
Okay.
I was making 20,000 dirhams as an intern, but nobody knew.
Okay.
I was just selling stuff, but I wanted to experience the corporate lifestyle because I never had that. I wanted structure.
Yeah.
I wanted like wake up at this time, go here at this time, get it done at this time. So it kind of worked. I built it. I was very young, selling top sales every month. Until 24, I started Trifid. And before that, I left the company a few times to start the company. I failed. Didn't work out. And then when I was 24, it worked.
Okay. Wow, that's I feel like I resonate a lot with your story because for me I was an insurance broker in Iceland selling insurance. I started a little later than you, from like 22 to 25. That's when I quit, and that's when I started my own company. And I was making a lot of money selling insurance. And how was it in your company? Did you have like a commission base?
Yeah, I had a commission. I had a basic. I had a team commission. I had all sorts of commission. I was making like between 25 to 40 a month.
25 to 40,000 dirhams.
Yeah, so you
how
could
much
say
is that in dollars?
$7,000 to $10,000 like per month.
Nice. And then no tax, of course, in Dubai.
No tax, nothing.
That's good stuff.
I got my car. I was, living the life, whatever. But I just wanted more.
Yeah.
And
Obviously.
then I started my company, and obviously in 2018, all these ways of making millions online was much lesser than it is now. But I tapped into it, and it worked. And then I started and went on, and I think till date, in the past 5 years of Trifid, we've generated over maybe 90 million dirhams in sales. But then media sales, so it's very different in terms of margins and workload and stuff like that.
And so I'm always interested to hear, like, people that are born here. Are your parents? Did they?
My parents were here.
Yeah.
Obviously, but then they left when I was 17.
And you stayed.
I stayed.
Why were they here? Obviously, Dubai was a lot different 30 years ago.
Yeah, a lot different. They were here. My dad had his business here, and my mom was a housewife. She's never worked.
Where are they from? They're
Iran. I'm Iranian. Yeah.
Do you know Pat David?
Yeah.
You like him?
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
him.
I just finished his book.
Blue Ocean Strategy? Oh, his book.
No, I don't even remember the name. Your Next 5 Moves.
Yeah.
He's just so, I don't know. It's just so nice to listen to him.
He suggested a book online. He suggests a lot of books, but one of the books he suggested was Blue Ocean Strategy.
Okay.
And it helps you differentiate from your competition. It's such an interesting read. I just finished it a few days ago.
He didn't write it?
No. It's stuff that he recommends. He recommends a lot of books. I haven't read any of his books personally. I don't know if he has many. But I read Blue Ocean Strategy, and he keeps on, in every interview, they ask him what books to read. And in every interview, it's the first book he says.
Okay.
And it's sold, Blue Ocean Strategy.
Okay.
And it's sold over 4.5 million copies. So it's a very well-known book.
Yeah.
And it's such an interesting read.
Yeah.
I think you should definitely read that to set apart from the competition.
Yeah.
That's how I always try to think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What other guys do you like listen to?
Gary V.
Gary V.
Andrew Tate.
Okay.
I love Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
And Tristan.
Okay.
And it's funny, when they were here, I was shooting for them.
Really?
Yeah, because so one of the guys that I used to create TikToks for, and they just closed his account, is Tam Khan. He owns a gym called TK MMA and Fit, and a charcoal garden, a barbershop. He's an entrepreneur. And then I was creating his TikToks, and one day he's like, I went to him, I'm like, listen, you're talking about all these celebrities, because he meets a lot of them. And I'm like, let's talk about Andrew Tate, because he's blowing up everywhere. And he's the most Googled man on earth, and et cetera, et cetera. He's like, I know him. I'm like, you know him? What do you mean you know him? He's like, yeah, 15 years ago, we used to train together in the UK. I'm like, that's crazy. That's insane. He's like, yeah, let me call him. So he called him. So then we started this video, and he was like, Andrew Tate, I'm going to bring him to Dubai, inshallah. I'm going to do all this stuff. And the video went viral, 5 million views. And then 2 months later, Andrew Tate is in Dubai.
Okay.
And I was shooting content. I shot all of their podcasts, with Tam Khan. We went on this yacht party together.
Nice.
So yeah.
So you kind of like know him a little bit.
I mean, I
met him at least.
I've met him. I know him.
Yeah.
I've sat on the table with him.
Yeah.
Very humble guy. He is what he is in front of the camera, as he is in person. He always plays chess. It's insane. Like wherever he's sitting in a lounge, he's playing chess.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's very well spoken. Very well spoken.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
It's insane.
He's just so good at communicating and debating and all that stuff.
Yeah. So it was interesting, being on the same table with him, and like we're sitting in the open air, and people are passing, and they want pictures, and he says hi to them, and he accommodates them, and he takes pictures with them.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting. But Gary Vee is honestly the top.
That's your guy.
That's my guy. If it was anyone, like I watch all of his videos on and on. Big follower. So I listen to him.
For me, I think my Gary Vee to you is Grant Cardone. Okay. Like that's the first books I ever read was Sell or Be Sold and 10X and all that stuff. And he just locked me in. Yeah. Like just listening to him got me just laser focused,
I think Cardone is more aggressive with his approaches as opposed to Gary Vee, which is nice. It's good.
Okay.
I like listening to him as well. I like watching him, but if my first go-to kind of, if I'm like driving around and I want to listen to something, Gary Vee, just put him up. And if it's something I've listened to before, I listen to him again. And I listen to his conversations, and I think that he's doing the best at documenting. And in the marketing world, he pioneers. He's number one. There's no one bigger than him. Okay, there's no one better than him, in my opinion. In terms of numbers, follower base across platforms, what he's doing, how he's doing it. Yeah. So I think I really look up to him.
Yeah. I mean, when you say it, what you're doing is kind of similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
It's what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I see it coming very soon. Yeah. To be, I see it coming where I kind of like go from where I am to millions and millions, and that kind of life. I'm manifesting it. I see it. I envision it, and I believe it will happen very soon.
Where do you think in the future you will make the most amount of money? Is it with the marketing agency? Or is it...
No. It would definitely be with different investments that I put in.
Okay.
Property, crypto, stocks. I think that's where I see it going together and coming together. I don't think media and marketing would have that kind of power to 10x. It's not that easy to 10x.
That just gives you some cash flow to put into.
Definitely, it's a bridge that I could make as much and as many connections as I possibly can. I think that if I build a platform as a media company that has millions of followers, and I just send a DM to a famous person saying that I want to meet with you, I think they would appreciate and accommodate that. Sure, let's go, let's meet. And then I can meet and make a connection and make it happen. Yeah. And to grow, and for the company to grow as well, for my partners to grow as well. I have 3 partners in Trifid. I'm the founder, but I have other people that run different things as well. So I think that would be a great help, but definitely not seeing $1 billion because of a media marketing company.
Makes sense. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so I definitely when you talk about working together, I definitely see us being able to do something with the content creation. Yeah. Because just you have such crazy resources, and even if it's just the podcast, then we'll definitely do something. But what about you talked about the investor thing? Because for me, I'm gonna need investors at some point. Yeah. To be able to scale to where I want to go, and I've gone very back and forth with how I want to structure things. Like first, I was wanted to look for somebody that would come in as a partner with all the cash needed. I would do all the work, and then we'd just split everything 50-50. And then I transitioned over to maybe I should try to find somebody that could just loan me money and I'll give him a fixed return. But that's hard to...
It's better to do it with a bank than to do it with a person for your second option, because a bank doesn't have personality, doesn't have character, doesn't have opinions. Yeah. They say, here's $1 million, give me back X amount with X interest on this date every month. And if you don't, I'm going to come after you, right? Yeah. So if you're going to do the second option, you're better off doing it with a bank.
What I run into is, like I can get a business loan from Iceland for like a very little amount. But here in Dubai, they always want the company to be more than a year old.
Yeah, definitely.
That's correct.
That's what you need. At least 6 months.
Yeah.
Is what you need on a license, and at least 6 months of the bank account to be opened for you to even try to get a loan. I think that's what you need. It's important to know that. Now, as an investor or as coming, so okay, on the media side, I'm all in with you, help you, support you in wherever I can.
Okay.
If it's just the podcast, then all we need is a tag every time you come here and to promote it on your pages, whether you have 25,000 or 2.5 million. Doesn't matter, right? So that's all I'm asking for in return. And me and my partner Ziad will support you as much as we can. If it's anything in addition to the podcast, which is the media side of things, then I would need to also somehow be involved in the business aspect of things, because then my time and resources will be funded accordingly, which I'm happy to do. So in that area, I got to understand what you need and how I can add value.
Okay.
And if me adding value could be simple as saving you 10,000 dirhams with every fit out that you do on 100, that's $1 million. Is it? Yeah, it's $1 million, right? So this is where my head is at.
Yeah.
If that's a part, just that value. Second value would be obviously funding your operations. And third value could be hiring and helping you hire the right team members. Obviously not to hire them show you what the best and easiest way to hire is.
Yeah.
Because I've hired a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I forgot. This is what I want to talk to you about for sure. Because right now I'm trying to hire like a full-time just editor, cameraman, whatever. And obviously there's nobody better to talk to than you about that.
Yeah.
Like I posted on my Instagram that I was looking for somebody. I got like maybe 3 or 4 guys that made a little sense that I saw were doing good. What's the best way to find somebody?
The youngest individual pitching for the job is always the best.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Why? Because they just why?
Because they understand it the best.
Really?
Because they know it the best.
Yeah.
Because they get it. Because they're on their phones scrolling.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any other responsibility in life.
Yeah, they're not thinking about their kids or
because they have time. Because if you need something at 11:35 p.m., they're not gonna ignore your message.
Okay. So how do I find this guy?
Well, that's where I come in, right? So I can do a video and get them. I get these on a daily basis. I already have a team available. But so my thing is, like, I can help in so many different areas.
Yeah.
Because I have the experience in the country. And I've been here all my life. So I know where to get something more affordable than the other place. And I can save you a lot of money and time. So that's one area where I can add value in. And from an investment perspective, I can definitely help you either myself. I have a limit, I'm not sitting on millions in the bank. But I can definitely help and see where that could go. I don't want to be someone where you give me returns. I'm not a bank,
No,
I want to be involved. And be involved, you doing most of the work. I don't want to be involved in your operations. I don't know that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Right? But another area that I can help with is my agents are sitting outside. I can hear them. You're looking for an apartment to rent. We're a real estate company. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to 100, why not come and get it from me? And instead of giving your 5% commission,
if we're working together, it makes sense.
You see where I'm now, how much I'm saving you in so many different areas. So this is the value I can add. And when it comes to investors, I know a lot of millionaires, billionaires that I can definitely go to. Now, whether they say yes or no, this I don't know yet. I don't understand. But I'm sure if I put positive numbers in front of them in terms of what you have generated in X period of time and what you're planning to generate in Y period of time, I'm sure that they're smart individuals, and if they see something that's making money, they're not going to say no.
True.
But I would advise and recommend you, even if you go into partnerships with them, silent. Silent as silent.
Oh, because they don't want the exposure.
They don't want the exposure, and you don't want them to be involved.
Oh yeah, that's
because you do it differently to them.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm scared of. If in bringing in partners, they want to change everything I'm doing. And
I've done it before, and I've regretted it.
Yeah,
not regret. I don't want to say the word regret, but I would have done it in a different way.
Yeah. And it takes so much time just like catering to their needs and trying to make them happy. I met with one investor, and he told me, you should not be posting on Instagram. And I'm like, I'm not gonna stop posting on Instagram. What? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. No. I think that you need to quadruple up on your content.
Yeah.
Not double, quadruple up.
Okay.
And you need to definitely. I'm sure I can save you money on your fit outs.
Yeah, I'm paying like 45,000 dirhams now per 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, I can save you money on that,
Okay.
definitely. And I can definitely save you money when you're renting a place, even if it's just to drop the 5% to 3%.
Yeah.
And to say, screw my share, I'm helping you out build a business. 2% on 100 is a lot.
And how would we structure it so that you would be happy? What would be the dream structure for you?
Let's talk about it, because I always, when I partner up, like even like, for example, the podcast office, right? Majority shareholder is him. He runs the show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just supporting when and where I can.
Makes
you
sense.
know, I'm doing the ads for him. I'm funding it when and where need be. But my situation with Ziad is very different. He's 19. He's fresh.
Yeah.
He's into this. He's new.
Yeah.
He's hustling. You know, just to create this room at the age of 19.
Yeah.
For me is, you know, what are you gonna do when you're 25?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that.
Okay.
So it's different. But I'd like you to come to Trifid.
Yeah.
Check the place out.
For sure.
Let's meet the team. Let's discuss a bit more, and let us sink these conversations that we've had in more, and think, you know, what would you be happy with doing? And then if I'm good with it, and what is my obligations and what are my responsibilities, and then we can go ahead. Because, you know, I really think if I couldn't, I'm not trying to sell, but I really think I can add value.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't have is the knowledge and the know-how that you do.
Yeah.
And I don't have the time that you do and what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm out there running these businesses that I have. So I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
You know, I want to meet you every 10 days.
Yeah.
I want to meet you twice a month, 3 times a month. Go, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
What's happening? And I'll help. When and where I can, I'll help. But if we hire, they're hired for you. You know, like ultimately, even if I can hire you a team of creators that I train, I educate, I tell them the know-how, let them be with you. Like, they don't have to be mine and every time they come to you to create content, right?
Yeah.
But I can really definitely support
Yeah, man.
there.
Yeah, we just got to continue to talk about it. It's definitely sounds good, and definitely something I want to like dive deeper into.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Yeah, good talk.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So let's do that and let's stay in touch.
Okay.
Let's meet maybe end of this coming week. If you're free on Friday, I'll be back on Thursday.
Where
and
you
I'll
going?
I'm going to Oman.
Okay.
So I've opened up offices there.
Yeah.
And like, it's actually not an office, it's a villa with sea view. And I'm making the villa into a workspace and an accommodation for the team that keeps going back and forth.
Dude, you're just living the dream, man.
It's insane. We have a private pool.
Oh,
And
nice.
in Oman, like somewhere with sea view, like a villa, like a 4-bedroom villa in one of the top areas in Oman, is around, annual rent is around 180.
Okay.
Sea view.
So much cheaper.
Yeah, sea view. And it's and people say that Oman doesn't have a market, but that's not true.
Okay.
I'm going big. I'm going all in, right? And I'm really focusing on VFX in Oman. I don't know if you know what, like, you know, these posts that there's like donuts around Burj Khalifa, and like there's these things that people are doing with content where like it's surreal. It's not realistic.
I've seen it. Yeah.
So we're trying to come in, and because we do it now, and I'll show you some content. It's insane. And I want to do it in Oman because no one's doing it there yet. And it's like open market for me to just go in and go like, what's up? We posted one video of us doing something in Oman. It's at 400,000 views on one channel. And then another channel is on 300,000 views. So we're trying to do the stuff there. So tomorrow morning I'm flying out. I'll be back on Thursday. Love to meet you on Friday, and hopefully by then, if we could discuss numbers, go over some stuff, we can sign NDAs, whatever, to secure and protect you. And then if you're good with it, I'm happy to start helping out as much as I can.
Yeah. I'm excited. Let's meet on Friday.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you too, man.
All right, man. Amazing. Beautiful.